I'm on camera.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Levin Garbage checking in. Just want to add me on Facebook and follow me on Google Plus. All right. Now let's get this discussion going.
Great.
All right, so this is my sixth time watching Paranormal Activity 4. Okay, let's go over. So Sebi, you watched this 3 times now.
Yeah. I have, yeah.
Yes. Introduce yourselves.
Okay, Sebastian, I've watched this movie 3 times for some reason.
Because I forced you to.
Do I have a count for this time?
You don't. You didn't watch it this time. You just showed up afterwards.
The climax.
Yeah. Well,
She watched the climax. I'll give you points for that.
Okay, I'm
Is
Jen.
that the climax?
I came in
That's
for the last minute of the
Yes.
movie. Fortunately for me.
I'm Christian. I've seen it twice.
I'm Annie. This is my first time.
Yeah. Christian, what do you
That's
think
true.
after your second time?
Well, after my second time, surprisingly, I think I started piecing together some possible backstory moments.
Ooh,
Like,
interesting.
what was that thing about something that has to do with an adoption, because
I've had
both
one of these already.
Robbie and Wyatt are
And Wyatt.
adopted. That maybe Hunter has something to do with that.
Don't ask about Hunter.
Because he
Yeah.
shows up
Hunter.
in the beginning and then disappears.
Wyatt is Hunter. That
But-
Katie, unless Katie's just crazy.
And then
She could be.
She could just be
I
crazy
think
and thinks
she's
that
a
every
little
child is
unhinged,
Hunter.
But
She thinks every
She
child
killed
is
a guy.
I'm pretty
Hunter.
sure Wyatt's Hunter.
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole point?
Who's Robbie?
But then when when Wyatt is in the bathtub, he goes under and submerges for like a couple minutes, which is like humanly impossible.
Okay, let's talk about Aragorn's sword. So, while we were watching this, we tried to think of what the name of Aragorn's sword was.
Yep.
Yeah. We couldn't think of it, but then, we took a break, took a little pause, and you looked it up, and it was Narsil. Before it was reforged.
After it was forged, it was what?
Aaron.
Arendelle or something.
Arendelle.
Alright, Arendelle.
Arendelle.
Yeah.
No, the light of Arendelle is like
That's
the,
that's a little
Right.
bug, that little light
it's the
thing.
thing that
No, that's the name of the sword.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It definitely was.
No,
It's the light of Arendelle.
Yeah, but they all kind
Will
of sound.
guide your
Those
way.
all the names sound the same.
A-R-U-N-D-I-L.
There's like air.
I don't know.
Well, it's easy to pronounce Ben.
The dog
and
is so
Alex.
cute. Can't we just film the dog?
We
For
can,
like a few
but
minutes.
well, the thing is, the dog wouldn't provide much to the discussion. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into some of my segments here.
Okay.
All right,
Levin, lead us into your.
let's lead into my favorite moment here.
Great.
All right, my favorite moment here was actually Catherine Newton's acting. I didn't mind her.
Wow, who's that?
That's Alex. So there's some
Who's
moments like
The main girl.
Yeah,
the main
breathing
girl.
when
The
she's
main
scared.
girl for half the movie.
So there was. I
Only
like the
half.
part when after she crashes the car through the garage, and that she's yelling at her parents "This is real." It's that was all right.
Right.
She put the tiniest amount of effort into it, and that's commendable. You did get kind of scared by the knife flying.
Yeah, the knife one was
The
kinda
knife?
scary.
Okay.
Because I thought it was gonna come flying back
Yeah.
down.
So when you
So
watched
that's
it this
good.
time, did Levin say what was gonna happen
I
before
didn't.
everything?
No.
Oh.
Well, he'd be like,
You
well,
had a
this
different
scene is
experience
crazy.
I did that for 1 or 2
When I watched it, it was like, oh, this is the part where.
I think maybe my favorite moment was when they first find Robbie in the treehouse. Maybe it was my favorite moment. It was one of my
Okay,
favorite moments.
that's fine. Go with
That was
that.
just one favorite moment. Because
Sebi, what was your favorite moment?
I think my favorite moment this time was when the kid goes underwater.
Okay,
Because it actually seemed like it had a point
nice.
in the plot, which most of the other scenes didn't.
Did it? Why did that point?
Because it seems
Could
to be
have
a
been his
turning
possession.
point in the kid's possession.
that's
After
when
that,
the-
he starts saying he's Hunter.
Yeah.
Which
That's when the demon takes hold of him.
Yeah.
He
So-
kills Wyatt and takes his place.
that's when I'm starting to think that
demon.
Oh,
there's
he kills
actually a
Wyatt.
plot.
Possibly.
Oh.
I haven't thought about this at all. So I'm just gonna dive into this without having to think about it.
Dive in.
Alex
dive
is an alien
Okay.
who is rescued on the planet Xenor, who came under war by the planet of the Mugufus. Sorry, it's a little bit hard to pronounce.
Planet
but,
of the what?
the Mugufus.
Yeah.
So,
That one.
when they, under Emperor Zagnar, he fired missiles at planet Xenor, and then Alex got hit by one of these missiles and flew to Earth.
She got hit by a missile.
She hit by a missile, but because her race
She
is like
hit.
super
She
powerful.
hit by a missile.
She hit by a missile, bro. And then she got flown to Earth, where she landed in a farm. And
In
then
a
she
farm.
met up with a farmer called Carl.
Right.
And she said, "Hey Carl, I'm an alien." And he was like, "Okay,
Sounds
I'll
like
name
super
you
weird.
Alex." A lot of people think this, that the horror movies are just like about not making you sleep or just like terrifying you to no end. But I've watched a lot of older horror movies. I've talked about like the Hammer films with like Christopher Lee when the Dracula, where it's not really very scary for the audience, but the characters are in peril. So you're just watching what these characters are going through, and it's kind of scary in that respect because you're involved in the story.
But yeah, I think you're right in that like the modern horror audience has come to expect like, or come to think that like suspense equals horror.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's very different.
Yeah.
Suspense
Let's watch
is
the
just-
Babadook
Let's go into my other segments. So I came up with a new one
Great.
where I think of what a character would have gone through, like what the character would do next if he hadn't died at the end of the movie. Last time I talked about Ben. I'm going to talk about someone else.
Okay.
Sounds Ben.
Ben is
You
his
guys never
man
broke
friend,
Oh.
boyfriend.
Friend zone.
Friend zone,
Yeah.
man
The
friend.
friend zone.
Who filmed everything?
Oh, that was something. I noticed this time that Ben, in like one of the extended scenes, the dad said like, "Oh, I saw your movie. That was good. Maybe you should cast me in the next thing."
Yeah.
So Ben is a filmmaker,
Yeah.
which kind of explains that he's No, it doesn't. But whatever.
But the dad is an actor.
No, I think the dad is just a dad. I'm going to talk about the dad. So what
Okay.
would the dad do after this if he hadn't died, both in the movie and in real life?
Presumably, I don't know, called the police.
No, you got to get more into
Where
it.
Go
are
on
we-
vacation.
Where are we leaving off? Like,
So okay, nothing happened at the end. That just cut that whole scene, and there was
so
no
he
activity.
never went over to that house.
He never went over to the house.
Oh,
Everything was
so,
just
So he was never dragged away. So
I
he never
assume he would
believed
have
in the
like
ghost.
he kept on believing that Alex was crazy and eventually had her committed and been really depressed about it.
No,
done
man.
a lot of prescription drugs and eventually died.
Not at
Sounds
all.
like an interesting movie. The dad,
Why would you make doorknobs?
dude. No,
Why would you make doorknobs?
I wouldn't.
It's fine.
Good.
It's fine. The dad,
Great though.
We
if
don't
I
want
did.
them. I've been
I've-
picked.
guys, I have a good point. The dad
Please.
would make chandeliers.
Okay.
He would go to that company that made their chandeliers, and like take them all out, and then like restart the company.
Seriously, could you like,
Like
put
John
some
Wick.
thought into this?
All right. So rating time.
Oh boy.
Let's rate it out of
This movie's the worst.
ways to die.
Fucking.
Okay, Christian. If you rate it out of ways to die, possible causes of death, what would you rate Paranormal Activity for?
Probably hanging myself underwater. So like I would drown and hang myself at the same time.
All right.
Leukemia.
That would just like be the way I would die.
All right.
That's a
Do you have
good
an
one.
explanation for that?
Leukemia.
It sucks.
Thanks.
All right. Annie, rating of possible ways to die.
This is her first day.
I know,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's,
Do
it's
it.
just
No.
oh my god.
I have to
Jen,
make her
can
do
you
it.
take it up?
This
Please.
no.
No, you know that
Gangrene.
like urban
Gangrene.
legend slash probably just a made up joke thing about the guy that really wants to die because he's super depressed. So he takes poison, a gun, a rope, and like ties it to like the edge of a cliff, lights himself on fire, and jumps off. But when
It's
he
like-
hits the water, he's still alive because when he went to shoot himself, the bullet went through the rope. So he hit the water, fire goes out. He's still alive, and the cold makes him throw up the poison. So he actually survived. And that's like you, because you have to rewatch this movie like 46 more times.
Sure.
This movie is the worst thing. It's like, oh, You all just want to hang out with Timon.
I think it's possible. I'm still recording. I'm acting like Alex in Paranormal Activity 4.
Oh, you got 11.
Wouldn't it be really awkward if you just saw someone walking around like this? Like all the time?
Selfie stick.
That'd be a little.
What if she had a selfie stick?
Be kind of cool.
Show me the duck face. What's a duck face?
I don't know. Well, like the actual duck face, the like if you're actually trying to look like a duck, it's like.
Do it. Oh my god. Okay, act like Ben from the movie.
Oh my god! What the fuck is going on? What was that? Oh my god, what the fuck was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? Alex, what was that? Can I touch your thigh? Is that weird? Oh my god.